Hi, this is a Yesterday Smooth production, and today we're continuing to play Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom on Xbox One. In the previous episode, we checked out the village and the Misty Forest. And now, we're continuing with that venture. So just as a bit of a disclaimer, once again I'm recording this commentary after the fact because I encountered some sections where I kept losing. Once again, the difficulty of this game is a little bit high, but you get to continue over and over again. So I did a bit of slight editing to remove a lot of the extra baggage and shorten the video down to the length that it is now. If I hadn't edited it, it would have been maybe an hour. So you're really not missing out on much. I do include some of the mess ups that I make. I don't remove all of them. Plus, it gives me a chance to do a slight bit of editing. Also, if my capture card gives me, or my capture device gives me problems, then I can edit that out too. So it looks like we have another warp point. We could go back to the village of Lupia, but we don't really need to do that right now. Hey, there's a raccoon! Hey, where's your twin? Jack. She got taken by a giant ugly mushroom. I want to rescue her, but I'm too scared. You gotta help her. Leave it to me. You go back home where it's safe. Thank you, sir. And just like that, he's gone. And it looks like we have a place that we may be able to visit again later. But right now it seems to be closed up. We got a shop. What's in the shop? Revival stuff. And also some status effect stuff, which prevents us from getting status effects. If you don't want to end up as a big pile of bones, don't forget to use an anti-affliction potion to protect yourself from poison. Good luck! So that gave me the idea that maybe I should buy some of those immunity things, anti-status effects things. And I learned that you had to go into the options in order to use it. Once again, we have these bats which like to do their charging maneuver. And just like that, I fell into the poisonous water, and that reset things, so a bit of a jump cut there. I didn't really need to do a screen transition. A jump cut was serviceable enough. And we got a chest here, which needs to be opened by using a boomerang. But you have to be far enough away to use said boomerang. I must say I'm liking this game so far for its graphical style. The music's a little bit weird, but I must say I do like it. That being said, I think the difficulty for me at least, it seems a bit high. For a first-time player, I'm not too far into the game, and I'm already dying quite a bit. Looks like we got another Truffle. Super Tornado Truffle. Wind is now your weapon. Tornadoes move across the ground and bounce off walls while hurting foes. Find more Truffles to wield more tornadoes. So again, about the difficulty, it does seem a little bit high, but I think that's why they included the save points, because that way you don't have game overs. You just have to start again from the previous checkpoint. Whereas in previous Wonder Boy games, it would have been a game over. So I think that's a good trade-off. If I had had to reload a game save every time I lost, that would really suck. And I think that's why the previous Wonder Boy games were slightly easier. Of course, I've had a lot more experience with those, so that might have some impact on why I think they're easier. The more I play this, I'm sure I will get better and better at it. So we got these mushrooms which have these poisonous status effects. So I'm going to go ahead and use the anti-affliction potion. Which is hard to say, so maybe I'll just call it the status effect potion. Tornado magic's pretty cool. Ah, we got another shop? Yes, a magic shop. So I do need some boomerangs. At this point I can only carry one boomerang. And we have a puzzle. And at this point I knew it was a puzzle, but I wasn't sure of the solution. I thought maybe if I make all of these totem poles smile, maybe that would have opened things up. But it turns out that is not the solution. As you can see, they're all smiling, but the door did not open. So then, when you look over here, you get the solution. So number 4 is a smiley face. Number 2 is a kind of just looking ahead face. Number 3 is a frowny face. And number 1 is, I don't know, jagged mouth. Alright, we got fancy editing, and now we'll go ahead with the solution. Number 2 on the far left is a surprised face. Number 4 on the left is a smiley face. Number 1 is jaggedy mouth face. And number 3 is the frowny face. And now we got the mushroom key. Jill. Somebody get me down. King Mushroom. By the way, her dialogue was way too quick to read. I did not skip it. It just went that quickly. So right away, this reminds me of a boss from Wonder Boy in Monsterland, as well as Wonder Boy 4. Or, sorry, Wonder Boy Monster World. Money! Is the ugly mushroom gone forever? Yeah, don't worry. I'll get you down somehow. Okay. How do I get up there? Well, that's exactly what I was asking myself at this point. And it took a little bit of doing, but hey, I figured it out pretty easily that on the left-hand side you have to use your snout to find these hidden things. And use your lightning ability. By the way, watch out for the spikes, because they will kill you. And I learned that the hard way, so fancy editing. And to get her down, you just fire on the rope, and there you go. Thanks for saving me, Mr. Piggy. I promise I'll never eat one of your kind again. No problem. Are you okay? Yeah, I guess wandering far from Papa's forge wasn't such a good idea. Think him and Ma will be angry? The important thing is that you're safe and not in the giant mushroom belly. Come on, I'll help you home. Thanks, Mr. Piggy. And we fast-track back to the house. Thanks for reuniting our family, says Foximus. You still gotta make things right about our forms. Did you find your sacred orb? No, I guess the legends aren't true. Have you searched the deep area of the forest? It's dark, but I bet that powerful snout can help you, says Ginger. Thanks for the hint. I'll check it out. Ha! No way a pudgy oinker has what it takes to survive down there. Total fat shaming. Come on. He can do it, Papa. He defeated King Mushroom, said Jack. Foximus, open the way. You can also show your gratitude by gifting him your latest work. Ah, fine. Ooh, we got a chest. So, I reopened my forge just west of here. I'm sure my fine wares can help you on your grand quest. I only work with gold, so don't bring me any other junk. I like gold. Thanks, I'll keep my eye out for gold materials then. And I could have stopped at this point, but I wanted to keep going. By the way, heart container. Hooray, more life. Now, I will say I had a lot of fun with this upcoming section. As far as difficulty goes, it wasn't too bad. I keep getting hit by those attack spiders. Ooh, hidden money. I sure hope I've been finding all the hidden money up to this point. I think I've been checking everywhere. And we got this slime with some armor? Yes, it took me a long time to think of that word, but the word was armor. By the way, hidden pathway, and I went searching all the way down and continued that way, so I did some fancy editing because I came back. This is out of order, but for editing purposes I kept it together. Super Tornado Truffle. You can now wield more tornadoes. Hooray. Now, what we're seeing at this point is what actually happened. Originally, I did not go that way until later, and I backtracked, so this is what happened the first time I went. I hope that all makes sense. Editing is a bit of a tricky business. So these guys, you do that butt stomp and it flips them over, obviously. Chest. Ooh, magic. We got a shop. Got some revival potion action. I'll get that. Get some of the status effects potion and fancy editing because I died a whole bunch. Or did I do fancy editing? Oh yes, I did do fancy editing, it was just a jump cut. My apologies. This is what happens when you don't insert screen transitions. Now there's obviously something down there. I can see it, so I'm gonna try to grab it. However, unfortunately I don't have any boomerangs at this point, so I had to leave it. And we got Jump Scare Spider, who of course hurt me. Save point. Ah, shop. Magic shop. Good, now I can get a boomerang. That certainly was handy. Attack spider, no! Attack jump scare spider hurt me. I think at this point I just need to accept that they're always going to hurt me. Gold boots parts. Collect them all and give them to a talented blacksmith to create the ultimate boots. I feel that that should be gold boot parts, even though I know maybe boots, plural, is okay. It's just hard to read. By the way, drowning, so fancy editing. I drowned a few times going across this body of water. Revival potion. Now I'm wondering if I left this next part in right here. That leaf that I just passed back there had some hidden money. I feel like I should have left that in the editing. These spiky things that you see on the ceiling and on the walls, they will hurt you if you touch them. So my advice is, do not touch them. See? Don't touch them. Don't do what I just did. Got another truffle. Super Boomerang Truffle. You have increased your boomerang magic. Unleash an even greater wave of boomerangs by throwing and recatching them. So I did a jump cut here because the first time I exited out of that door I fell directly into the spikes and died. It kind of sucked. And thank goodness for invincibility frames. Now you see that thing on the top left there? I knew there was something to do there, so you have to use the lightning magic. Fancy editing once again. Perhaps I was a bit overzealous with the editing that time. And I kind of had an idea that something would happen here. Such as the ceiling coming down. For some reason, I knew that was going to happen. I've literally never played this game before. This is a blind Let's Play, but I knew that ceiling was going to come down. But I did not know that the enemies would keep popping out. I thought I would be done. So that section was easy enough. Watch out for bees. Go in the water. There you go. So lesson learned. Whenever you see bees, if there's water nearby, dunk yourself in the water. And I definitely need that heal. Full hit points. Get some magic while I'm at it. And it was at this point that I considered quitting, but I'm like, you know, there has to be something coming up. Abandon hope, all ye who wish to be eaten by a fierce and venomous creature. Not be eaten, I mean. Not be eaten. Big venom! Yeah. I like that. That's funny. For some reason I thought that was going to be it, but no. You have to fight this snake. And it's a good idea to have the status effect potion to prevent you from getting poisoned. And for whatever reason I kept getting hit by the venomous stuff. I mean, I know I'm supposed to avoid it. So we got part 1 of the fight done. Now we have part 2, where we got this beehive up at the top of the screen. At this point I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with the beehive. And of course the bees got me. So I think it was about now that I was like, okay, I know what I have to do with that beehive. I have to drop it on the snake. No, you're supposed to avoid the venom. Avoid the venom. Die, die. Health, okay, that's good. More health, even better. Time to use the status effect potion again. And right about now I'm like, how do I get him to be on top of the thing? And eventually I realized you have to use the lightning magic. So fast forward quite some time. I think this was like a minute later. I started using the magic. And there we go. Defeated money, magic, items. And right at this point I was pretty sure what was going to happen. Maybe you watching this can figure it out as well. You did it! Our first orb! They really do exist. Yuck, I should clean it up a bit before taking it to Sir Mysticat. Uh-oh. You've turned into a snake. How did you do that? Achievement unlocked. Cold-blooded hero. Find the sacred orb that holds the power of the snake form. No wonder everything got taller. All I did was touch the orb. Maybe if you touch it again. Still not your normal form, but I'm sure this form will come in handy. Let's go talk to Sir Mysticat. By now he should know where the other orb is. I'll go ahead and spread the word. Wouldn't want a villager to get startled and chop off your scaly head. Great Orb of the Snake. You now have the power to turn into a nimble snake. Press those buttons to switch forms. As a snake, you can spit venom by pressing that button and climb sticky walls. There you go, those are sticky walls. I can only attack with the tail now. Doesn't seem to be any butt stomp or snake stomp. Crystal Caves, Village of Lupia. I'm guessing you have to come back here later. And just like that, we're back in the sewers. So I'm going to go ahead and find myself a save point. Once that's done, I will go ahead and finish the video. There we go. So next time we'll go around the village, see what people have to say, and do more stuff. So thank you very much for watching. This has been a Yesterday's Moose production, and I'll see you next time.